Sige na. Brad, tama na. Nahihirapan na si Mama. Tama na. Maraming mo. Tama na, Brad. Sabi ng tama na eh!
Are you doing this for her?
What's up at welcome sa Pochoklak. Sa channel nito, mahilig akong sumuri ng mga relo ng mga kilalang personalidad at magbigay sa inyo ng mas abot kayang alternatibo. Sa video na to, dahil maraming napaiyak sa pelikulang Meet, Greet, and Buy, minabuti ko na sumuri ng mga sample ng mga relo ng mga cast members nito. Una, Maricel Soriano. Pangalawa, Piolo Pascual. Pangatlo, Joshua Garcia. Pang-apat, Bel Mariano. At panglima, JK Labajo. Bago po tayo magsimula, i-plug ko lang. Ako po ay namimigay ngayon ng 500 piso sa 5 maswerteng individual. Kailangan nyo lang pong panoorin ang video nito para maintindihan nyo ang mechanics at makasali kayo sa raffle na yan. Hindi na ako magpapaligoy-ligoy pa. Tara na! Dito muna tayo sa relo ni Maricel Soriano. Ang kailangan nating tingnan dito, yung case shape niya. Tapos bukod dyan, yung two-tone bracelet, two-tone silver and gold. Doon naman sa case and bezel, mapapansin nyo, meron ding present na gold tones. At mapapansin nyo, yung bezel niya is an elapsed time bezel. Ibig sabihin, malamang sa malamang dive watch ito. At dahil sa mga katangian na, tingko this is a Rolex Submariner, reference 126613 LN. So, ang Rolex Submariner needs no introduction. It's a really iconic dive watch. Probably the most famous watch that Rolex has in its catalog right now. Pero ang relo nito, what you have to know about it is that it sells on the secondary market for up to 1.25 million pesos depending on the seller and depending on the condition of the watch. So, when it comes to the alternative, lagi ko rin sinishare to as an alternative. I'm selecting the Timex Harbor side. So, kaya ko to napili because of the case shape, the dive style, and the colorway of the watch na meron ding two-tone na gold and silver. Yun nga lang, ang kahiba nito, when it comes to the concessions, the watch, instead of using black doon sa Submariner, na tingin ko suot ni Maricel Soriano, dito, very dark blue naman ang ginagamit. But I think they really look close enough. And bukod dyan, yung finishing ng relo is not going to be on the same level. This one uses quartz instead of an automatic mechanical movement. At yung materials ng relo na ito, especially when it comes to the gold tones that have been achieved, sa Rolex, gumagamit sila ng gold talaga. But in this specific Timex, they're just probably coating the watch or the stainless steel to achieve that gold look. Yun nga lang, when it comes to the price difference kasi, you look at this watch, it retails for 10,295 pesos and is frequently on sale, as is the case now. So, pag pumunta kayo sa website ng Timex ngayon, I think it's on sale, and probably sa Shopee din and sa Lazada. Please use the affiliate links to help support the channel. So, ang relo na ito, it achieves so much of the look of the Submariner. You look at it side by side right now. And for most people, lalo na yung mga hindi naman into watches talaga, hindi nyo mapapansin na Timex ito. And that's why I'm really a fan of how this watch looks. And for this price, that's only a fraction of the 1.25 million na maximum selling price ng Submariner. Tingin ko magandang choice ang Timex na ito. Ayan, dito tayo kay Papa P. Ang kailangan nating tingnan dito sa relo niya, yung case shape niya na parang octagonal. And that's an important thing to note when I reveal what I think this watch is. Tapos punta tayo dun sa dial, yung kulay muna, parang salmony or salmonish siya. And then let's look at the 7 o'clock position where you're seeing a subsidiary dial na malamang sa malamang seconds indicator yan. And then let's look at the 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock positions where you're going to be seeing the Arabic numerals 12 and 6 at their relevant positions. At dahil sa mga katangian na yan, tingin ko is a Bulgari Octo Finissimo. Let's break that name down, the Octo and then the Finissimo. So Octo representing 8, so that's an important feature of this watch, the 8-sided case. Kaya binanggit ko kanina, octagonal yung case. Tapos Finissimo, which means in Italian, if I'm not mistaken, very, very fine or extremely fine. So, ang relo na yan, when you think about that Octo Finissimo, these are attributes that are really present in this watch. And for me, very remarkable yung Finissimo niya. This watch is very thin, at 6.4 millimeters thin. You compare that to other watches na tingin nyo manipis na, like the Santos de Cartier, na mukha siyang manipis, but that's 8.83 millimeters thick. Mas makapal pa yan kaysa sa relo na ito. And you look at the Aquanaut, that is only 8.1 millimeters thick. At dahil sa pagkanipis ng relo na ito, I think it really earns that finissimo. Bulgari is typically associated with jewelry kasi, but they're also into watchmaking. So they're using the Octo Finissimo line as one of the ways to flex on that. They make these really thin movements that I think has won records in the past. At present, I think nakikipagtunggali sila with Richard Mille para malaman kung kaninong movement ang pinakamanipis. So this watch, one of the key attributes of it is that it measures 40 millimeters across, and with this kind of styling of case, talagang nagiging malaki ang relo na ito. Tingnan nyo siya sa wrist ni Papa P sa picture na to. Parang sobrang laki ng dating niya. Even though it's 40 millimeters, it's sort of a standard size. But with this styling, I think it really consumes a lot of real estate on the wrist. So this watch retails for 842,000 pesos. At present, I'm not seeing it on the Philippine secondary market. And I'm seeing it for lower in other places like Chrono24. But you would still have to pay shipping taxes and duties. So I think in this specific case, the SRP is already a good indicator of how much you might acquire this watch for. When it comes to the alternative naman, ang napili ko ay ang Citizen Zenshin. I'll put the reference here. Yung dahilan kaya ako napili ang relo na ito, the octagonal case. But this one less dramatic yung paggamit niya, no? So it consumes less of the wrist. The integrated bracelet style as well, the small seconds that are off-center, the light orange dial. In terms of the concessions, this one is not as thin as the Octo Finissimo. It's probably about twice as thin, so medyo makapal na siya. The finishing of this watch will not be on the same level. The movement as well. Sabi ko nga kanina, Bulgari is known as a jewelry brand, but with this line of watches, they're really flexing on that watchmaking. And I think the Citizen could not hold a candle to Bulgari in this specific instance. At bukod dyan, siguro ang kailangan nyo i-note sa relo na ito, it uses titanium as the material. So it's quite lightweight. So when it comes to the price of this watch, I see it sell for 32,000 pesos sa Lazada. And while you're not getting a lot of that elegance, the styling is not as unique, with this kind of price that is only a fraction of the 842,000, you're getting a good enough style here na magagaya nyo kahit papano yung estilo ni Papa P. Dito naman tayo sa relo ni Joshua Garcia, na endorser ng CWS party list na ang nominee ay si Guardiola. Ang tingnan natin dito yung case shape niya na TV shaped. And then let's look at the dial color, the color black. Let's look at the dial as well. Parang makikita nyo dito na mayroong konting pattern yan. Let's look at the strap ngayon na una mapapansin nyo. Parang rubber yung dating niya. It's colored black and there's some form of parang pattern na parang gulong. At dahil sa mga tangya na yan, tingin ko this is a Patek Philippe Aquanaut 5167A. So si Joshua Garcia, I've been observing some of the photos that he has on his social media accounts, and it would appear na parang watch enthusiast din siya, watch collector, and that's something I really do admire. And with the Aquanaut naman, I think it needs no introduction. It's sort of a mainstream choice, especially pagdating sa mga celebrity pati mga politiko. So this watch on the secondary market, ngayon nakikita ko yan sell for up to 4.8 million pesos. But as an alternative, I'm proposing to you the Mido Multifort TV Big Date. So I think at present, meron ng presence ang Mido dito with Chroniker.ph specifically. But I have yet to visit their stores physically. But they do have a selection of Mido Multifort TV Big Dates. Except this one, kasi ang reference na ito is quite new for 2025. So kaya ko to napili because of the case shape, the color of the dial, and probably the key concessions you would have to think about would be the finishing and the movement. But those concessions aside, when you look at how this watch looks, it looks reasonably close to the Patek Philippe Aquanaut. So ang relo nito, dahil wala pa dito, you would have to bring that in. It retails for 1,070 Swiss francs. But pag kinonvert nyo yun sa Philippine pesos, yun ay nasa mga 80,000 na dahil medyo mahina po ang Philippine pesos today. This watch, I think, is coming from a brand that is reputable and you can wear it with pride. It comes with its own styling, so it's not a direct copy of the Patek Philippe Aquanaut. And it's also pulling from Mido's own heritage, because Mido used to make these TV-shaped watches, and I think that's the namesake of this watch. And I really do respect what this watch brings to the table. Dito naman tayo sa relo ni Bel Mariano. Kailangan nating tingnan dito the bracelet style, the case shape, the dial color na parang silver, and most importantly, the size of the watch. At dahil sa mga katangian na yan, tingin ko this is a Rolex Oyster Perpetual Reference 276200. So, ang relo nito measures 28mm across, and as I've mentioned before, the Oyster Perpetual is this entry level into Rolex. Ang relo na ito on the secondary market, I see it sell for up to 360,000 pesos. So, ang alternative naman na naisip ko para sa relo na ito ay ang Casio LTP 1303DD 7AV. So, kaya ako to napili because of the silver dial, the simple style. When it comes to the concessions, very first yung size nito, it's a bit bigger by 2.5 millimeters. Also, aside from that, the movement on this watch is a quartz movement. At yung finishing ng relo na ito will not be up to spec. But look at this watch, it retails for 3,080 pesos. At sobrang layo niyan dun sa secondary market selling price ng Oyster Perpetual. And this is coming from a brand that is also quite reputable, that makes watches that will last a lifetime. At dahil dyan, I really recommend this Casio. So, dito sa relo ni JK Labajo, kailangan nating tingnan the case shape, and then let's look at the bezel of the watch na kulay itim siya, and then let's look at the dial color na puti. Looking closely, there appear to be sub-dials as well na kulay puti din, but they have black outlines. At dahil sa mga katangian natin, this is a Rolex Daytona reference 126500LN. So, I think the Daytona really needs no introduction. It's in this configuration na probably pinakasikat, which people are nicknaming the Panda. So, ang relo na ito retails for 914,500 pesos. But on the secondary market, it can sell for up to 1.9 million pesos. So, when it comes to the alternative, ang napili ko naman ay ang Seiko Speed Timer SSC 813P1. So, kaya ako ito napili because of the chronograph functionality, the white main dial, the black bezel, and it also has these sub-dials at the 3, 6, and 9 positions. Yun nga lang dito, kulay dark violet sila. So when it comes to the concession, aside dun sa nabanggit ko na kulay ng sub-dials, the finishing will not be on the same level, the movement will not be on the same level kasi ito ay solar. But I think you get so much of the look of the Rolex. And I think the Speed Timer is a true watch enthusiasts' choice, and even casual watch lovers really are a fan of this watch. And it measures 39mm, which I think is the better size compared to the Daytona. Ang relo na ito retails for 36,200 pesos. But if you walk into stores like at Tokyo and Seiko boutiques, I bet you can get them at a discount. So kung naghanap kayo ng Daytona alternative, I think the Seiko Speed Timer is a good-looking alternative that is also, on its own merit, a really cool watch. Ayun! Nakita na tayo ng mga sample ng mga relo ng mga cast members ng pelikulang Meet, Greet, and Buy. At sa lahat ng relo na tiningnan natin sa video na ito, ang pinaka-paborito ko dyan, yung Bulgari Octo Finissimo. I really like the styling of this watch. I really like the design. And I really like as well the accomplishments associated with this watch. Lalong-lalo na pagdating sa pagkanipis ng movement. At syempre, ng relo na rin mismo. Yun nga lang tingin ko, it could be a bit smaller para talagang makonsider ko as one of my target pieces. At doon naman po tayo sa alternatives. Ang pinaka-paborito ko naman doon, yung Mido Multi-4 TV Big Date. It's not a secret na on this channel, I really say that I am a fan of this watch. Gustong-gusto ko rin kung gaano kalapit yung itsura niya doon sa Patek Philippe Aquanaut. Except that it brings something else to the table. And it's coming from a really reputable brand in Mido. Pero opinion ko lang po yan. Kung iba pong inyong opinion, kung tingin nyo meron pang ibang relo na mas angkop bilang alternative, let me know in the comment section down below. Kung nagustuhan nyo ang video nito, please do hit the like button. At kung trip nyo yung ganitong klaseng content, watch reviews, pagsuri sa mga relo ng mga kilalang personalidad, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. Yun lang po. Maraming salamat sa oras ng panonood. Laters, yo!